Hey, what is up, guys? It is your Duke Casino Gaming 88 here with another video. In today's video, we'll be doing a sort of guide video. Today's video, I'll be doing a sort of tutorial or guide, however you want to go about it. For beginner players, I'm going to go with the default appearance here. And the first style of battle I'll be touching up on is Swordsman. So let's get right into this. Swordsmen are rather simple. Alrighty. So, it's gonna give me all these items, so let me put this. For a swordsman, a one-hand swordsman, what you're gonna want to do is, I recommend that you sort of mix it up. If you're going to be a normal standard AGI, well not AGI, a sort of standard, what do you call it? A standard swordsman with the standard stats and, you know, standard mobility, then you're gonna want to invest about 2 to 3 points in AGI, because that's really all you will need as far as accuracy and attack speed, and about 2-3 points in dexterity, and then you put everything else in strength. Or if you want to go full DPS and you don't really care about accuracy as much, because there's items in the game that can kind of raise your accuracy. So if you don't really care about accuracy as much and you want to shoot to find those items, you can put everything in strength, and it's about pretty much self-explanatory from there. Swordsmen are standard and pretty easy to get good with, you know. So yeah. The next one I'm going to be touching up on is the two-hand swordsman. Two-hand swords essentially are stronger by about 50%. They're about 50% stronger than a one-hand swordsman, while swordsmen focus on attack speed and essentially can do more damage with a higher attack speed. Theoretically, if you get a high enough attack speed with a two-hand swordsman, you can do just as much, if not even majorly more damage than a one-hand swordsman. I highly recommend that if you're gonna be a swordsman, you go two-hand, because one-hand swordsmen, the best one-hand swordsmen tend to be tanks or support. So yeah, with one-hand swordsman, you put about 5 to 10 points in dexterity just to get the accuracy going up a little bit. And if you want to add a little bit of defense, then you can put some in vitality. And if you want to, you know, have a higher attack speed, you put some in AGI, and strength is the way to go if you want to have a DPS, aka damage per second, where you do more damage. So it's pretty standard. So next up, I'll be touching up on the archer. And now let's get on to the old, I'm going to use female just so they can show off the looks for both genders. So I'm gonna go standard, and now it's time to show off some stuff for bow. Now with bows and bow guns, I don't really know much about it, but it's highly recommended that you don't just use straight up bows and bow guns, because with bows and bow guns, you kind of they're the weakest in the game, is where I'm getting at. So with bows and bow guns, well, actually they're not the weakest in the game. They're some of the normal bows can be some of the weakest in the game, but it's pretty, they're more fun to use, and I'll kind of touch up on that as I explain things. But for a normal bow, which is just the recommended stat distribution, that's what I'm going to go based off of. You want to raise the dexterity to increase physical attack power and accuracy rate, which means you don't have to focus on any secondary stuff to increase the accuracy. Strength increases attack power. A majority of the attack power is increased by strength. That's more of a global thing. So, but dexterity is something that you want to focus on. You want to probably put half and half in dexterity, half in strength. So say you have 50, you want to put 25 in dexterity, 25 in strength, and it'll balance the stats out more, and you'll even get some bonus defense from it, and it'll probably give you a little bit of magic defense from it, and you know, you have super high accuracy, so your chances of missing is very slim. And once you attack critical hits, this goes for all bow gun users. Once you attack this thing right here where it says available from level 40, which is basically a custom stat gauge. So once you unlock that, then the stats you're gonna want to go for is probably going to be crits, because crit damage is extremely high on bows and bowguns. So that's why a majority of the bowgun users are so strong. But without crits in the game, if crits weren't in the game, this will legitimately be some of the, among the weakest sets in the game. And there's hundreds of sets you can actually go with, but I'm going to go on some of the basic and some of the unique. So next up, we'll be touching up on the bowgun. With the bowgun, I highly recommend it that you purchase the brawler skills and get them to level 2. The reason why I say this is because triple kick works so well with bowgun. Like, with how high the crit damage is, if you multi-hit triple kick, if you hit all 3 hits of triple kick, and the accuracy on triple kick isn't very good. So if you're able with the basically what I'm getting at is the accuracy with bowguns are extremely high, and it's close to no risk if you're running bow fu or snipe fu or whatever they call it, staff fu. Well, it's not staff fu, but gun fu. If you run gun fu, then it's extremely powerful, and with the combination of snipe and triple kick can be pretty deadly combo. And you can also mix it up a little bit with a few mage skills such as impact. And impact, I'll kind of get to that later. Impact is something that I recommend you run on all sets. Same with MP charge. So basically for all these sets, I know I didn't say this in the beginning of the video, but for all these sets, you're gonna want to buy mage skills anyway, at least level 1. Anyway, so you can get the MP charge. MP charge is very important, and I highly recommend that you always get mage skills just for the MP charge at least, and get that to level 10. But yeah, I highly recommend that you also get the brawler skills so that you can run those crits with triple kick. Triple kick is a pretty good move to get crit damage on, and the low accuracy on it is kind of beat out by the fact that you run it on this set. Same thing with sword fu. If you run sword fu, swords have, two-hand sword fu doesn't have as good accuracy as one-hand, but one-hand sword fu is probably really good. You can get like really good accuracy. You typically wouldn't get decent accuracy with normal brawler skills, so yeah. But up next, I'm going to be talking about brawlers, and then I'll get to the main dish, which is mages, which I know all about mages. But let's go. The stats you want to basically focus on are dexterity, and you want to focus on dexterity because your accuracy is very important with this set. The base attack will raise every time you level up, but it won't raise enough, so you really kind of want to half and half on AGI and dexterity. And when you're raising, you can in the beginning of the game. All right, so this is from a beginning standpoint. In the beginning of the game, you want to completely just focus on dexterity for about the first 15 level ups. First 15 times that when you get, all right, so up until you're at like level 15, you want to focus on dexterity. And the reason why is because dexterity is like, it raises the accuracy, and you'll get about 30 plus accuracy points. So yeah, you'll get about 30 plus dexterity, which I don't know the multiplier in this game for the stats. I need to kind of search that up actually. But yeah, these are relatively easy. You want to focus on dexterity, and there's no secondary brawlers because people usually run Knuckles as a secondary as it is. They usually run Knuckles alongside a bow or a sword. So if you're running straight up Knuckles, then I recommend that you focus on dexterity until you're like level 15. And your accuracy, because accuracy is very low on brawlers. The accuracy, you see here, the accuracy is pretty low. The hit is only 33, so you're gonna want to focus on dexterity for a while, and then that's when you start focusing on AGI. And from here, let's get on to the main dish. Now I know this video is not meant to be a showcase of what I use for my mage, but this is sort of like a template. Beginning game, what I did was, before I even beginning game, I used a swordsman, but when I first started using a mage, you kind of want to, a mage can literally be used any way in this game, and the reason I say that is you can use a mage for support, you can use a mage for tanking, you can use a mage for breaking, you can use a mage for literally every rank in a 4-player party for any boss. You can literally get any rank with a mage. And the reason is they're so balanced, and a lot of bosses take a lot more damage from magic attack than they do from normal attack, and the reason is that most of the bosses are physical, so they kind of get beat out by magic more so than physical attacks. And with a mage, as you can see here, you want to focus on dexterity for about the first 10 levels, and then you start to focus on INT. And you see I have a little bit of luck, but luck is, you don't want to focus on luck, but I highly recommend that you get luck because mages cannot crit. That's literally how broken they are. They can't crit. With a mage, the recommended build for a mage is typically a magician's ring. Now, all your other gear is not as case sensitive as this. A magician's ring is relatively easy to get, so I recommend that you run a magician's ring so you can have much more MP, because MP is very important for mages. You kind of drain that really fast, and yeah, you can literally run mages with any other set. So I'm pretty sure that's as far into the explanation as I can really go. But